All right, we are live. I don't think anybody knows about that shit though either. I've never been into Bass Pro Shops. Have you been in there before? No, it's not. No, it's on.
Oopsie poopsies.
Have you been in the Bass Pro Shops before?
Yeah, I think if there's a zombie apocalypse, that's the first place I'm going.
You're not the first person that told me that. My dad told me that.
When they had the whole the pandemic thing going on,
Yeah.
everybody was in there buying like a crossbow. If you couldn't buy a gun, they were buying crossbows.
Bro, I seen a crossbow for the first time like last year, and I think it was the coolest thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah,
I don't know if you ever played like Sticks and Stones as a kid, like in Call of Duty, but
Oh yeah. I didn't know what the fuck that was for a second.
Sticks and Stones.
Played hopscotch.
Everybody knows what Sticks and Stones is. You played it at least once. That's like a Black Ops era though.
Yeah, no, I played it. Yeah, it was fun when you level up. Oh no, that's gun game.
No,
That was
that's gun game. That's like you go through like a cycle, like 20 different guns or whatever. But shit, bro, we're fucking recording plus 2 Chromosome podcast right now.
Well, we didn't even say our name.
I know.
Plus
We just
2
started talking.
chromosomes.
We debated for like 2 weeks what the fuck the
Like a
name of this podcast is gonna be, and I think this is the most retarded one we came up with, and that's why I liked it. Right? It's
Yeah.
like those other ones that were like kind of cool. It's like I don't give a fuck about looking cool, being cool, none of that shit.
Can you do ASMR on this?
Yeah, you can. But you know which one I want to get? I want to get the
one
eventually the one that I don't know if anybody watches TMG, but on TMG they had a mic where there's 2 ears and you could literally like talk into it, and bitches like make like deep. They make deep money with that, like money, nigga.
Yeah, I seen one recently.
So I see it on TikTok all the time. Like I'm always scrolling, and I don't know why TikTok thinks I'm into that stuff, and they'll be doing like ASMR into it. Damn. I wonder if it's picking up the wind.
That's what I was thinking too.
Nah, it's not. We got a dope ass setup. I kind of feel weird though in the position I'm in.
Why? Just holding the mic. That's about it.
Yeah, it's like I don't know.
We'll
fix it as we go.
We'll get there though.
Oh, we planned for this moment for a long time.
Soon we'll be featuring on Tiny Meat Gang.
Bro, imagine we go straight to their spaceship.
I think we qualify. I think our cocks are pretty.
I don't know if it's just me, but every time I mention Tiny Meat Gang to anybody,
they don't know.
They don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
I've only met one person.
Who was that?
It was an older dude at that one job that I was in packing keys, and he was like, you know, Tiny Meat
I forgot
Gang?
you had that job. That entire phase of you working there just like totally disappeared out of my head.
I was like, yeah, I'm trying to start a podcast, you know, and he's like, I like Tiny Meat Gang, and I was like, I was like, what? He's like, you know Tiny Meat Gang, and he dapped me up, and I was like,
why you dap me up for that?
All right, you got some more cock too?
No, but I mentioned it. I think it's just who I mentioned it to. I mentioned it to like females and shit, and they're like, "Oh, you know, I watch these educational podcast." I can't, bro. I can't listen to any educational podcast. I really tried though.
I do. I can only do it for so long, and then after that, I get.
Yeah, I do it for a little bit, and then it's like after like.
We were just chilling.
Like I won't go out in public and do that.
The dog looks so lonely.
My mic was on mute. I don't know how long it was on mute, but it was definitely on mute. Is your mic on mute? Talk.
Yeah.
Oh, you're good. I don't know how long my mic was on mute. Yeah. So it was like, I think we did it like 3 times, 4 times. Right? Bro, I've been trying to rip that off for like 10 minutes.
Yeah, we did it. I think we did it. What were we talking about? Edibles?
Yeah.
We did it like 3 times.
I don't do any hardcore drugs. Straight up Is that or I'll smoke a little bit, but
What's that one podcast guy?
you won't catch me doing anything else, huh?
Billionaire guy? Millionaire? I don't know what his name is. The bald guy that be on TikTok all the time. He be making fun of vapes and shit.
Of vapes?
Yeah, he be making fun of everything. When he be like, vape is for pussies. Yeah. Fuck, I want to do a vape for. He's like, get up, do some push-ups. I'm back on the road.
Is that the same guy
The
that
bald
says?
guy.
No, I'm not thinking of a bald guy. I'm thinking of the guy that does
He's like an orange Bugatti.
He's like, get up! Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
He's actually like
He's dope. I like him.
he's like filthy rich
Yeah.
supposedly.
There's certain things he talks about. I'm just like, all right, relax. But
Yeah, so sometimes he's like,
he'll be saying too much. But he's
I
actually,
just followed him yesterday, and I'm like, I don't really want to follow him, but
yeah, he's like cringy. But sometimes he speaks like good shit. And
yeah,
sometimes
yeah.
he doesn't.
I don't know. I have like a biased opinion about him because I do like him, but sometimes he just be like annoying as fuck.
Yeah.
Like a really annoying.
Yeah.
But I ended up following him because he was posting about his new purchase on his Bugatti or whatever, and how he has 100 million in the bank, whatever. You surpassed that already. But in the same video of him talking about how he has 100 million, he's literally calling his friend poor.
Yeah, he don't give a fuck. He just be saying.
It's like, how does it feel to be poor?
Yeah, he's on a podcast with a bunch of bitches too and some other niggas, and they be like putting.
I seen a glimpse of that. I didn't really watch it though.
They be like putting down like the bitches and shit, but they'd be like the OnlyFans bitches, and they'd be like, oh, you can't be with me if you don't make this much. And he's like, well, in society, and then he'll speak facts, and then.
Yeah, like that's when he catches you. He catches you out of nowhere. He'll start talking like real shit.
So there's certain things he actually talks about that's like I seen one video where there was like they're like, we don't like the orange on your Bugatti, and he's like, that's fine. What color is yours? And I was like, this thing.
What are you gonna be able to respond to that? He's cool. He's cool in that sense.
Yeah.
But I think being overly cocky is why I don't like him.
Yeah, I think so too.
But at the same time, I've never been that rich to even to understand
why niggas are like that.
It's not to understand why people are like that. It's to like, maybe I'll be like that.
I think he wants to fight like what's that nigga's name? Jake Paul. Yeah, I think he wants to fight Jake Paul. He's like, Jake Paul is a skilled boxer, but he can never box me or some shit like that. I don't know.
That guy makes a stupid amount of money off fucking boxing.
But Jake Paul.
Yeah, it's all he does now.
Yeah, but he doesn't fight boxers. He fights everyone else, and then he puts them in a boxing ring.
I mean, that last guy was a fighter.
But like an older fighter, right? Like a dude that hasn't been fighting for a while.
No.
Who did he fight last?
He fought that black dude.
Yeah, but he was an MMA fighter. That's what I'm saying.
He was a UFC fighter.
That's what I'm saying.
But he was like a champion.
Yeah, but when you're in MMA, you're doing grappling, you're doing this, you're doing that. You're not strategically thinking straight box. So you have to be in that mind space. And he's
but you're also talking about somebody that hasn't fought for a long time.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, if he was to fight someone strictly in boxing that's training like him, they're not. I'm just not saying doing his same type of training, but they're training, like they're already in boxing. They're not falling out. Like if he fights someone, they're either in another sport, even if it's close to boxing, he's fighting someone in another sport, or he's fighting. Nigga, this podcast is so fun.
I know. I love talking.
My dick went down. Or he's like, or he's fighting someone that's like retired or something, or old, or like out of shape. Like he fought one dude that was out of shape. It was this white dude. I don't know what the fuck he was, but it was like his first fight, and I was like, this is dumb.
Yeah, I remember watching that, and I was like, whatever. Like, it looks like the guy threw that fight.
I don't think he's a
I'm
bad
not talking
boxer.
about that fight. I'm talking about the last one he did, where he literally knocked him the fuck out.
Yeah, that one, yeah.
And it looked like it was staged. It was so good.
Yeah, he fought him twice. He's a black.
That was the second time he fought him.
Yeah.
I didn't see the first one.
The first one
probably wasn't that good.
That good, but the second one was good. I'm not saying he can't fight. I'm just saying he fights people that are not in his league. Like he has to fight someone in his league.
That's the thing. He is fighting people that's in his league. That's why I'm making the argument. That's why we even talking about. Cause I'm making the argument that he is fighting people in his league. Because just because that guy doesn't MMA does not mean he does not know how to fight in boxing.
Oh no, he definitely. But that's what I'm saying. When you're in
sure,
MMA,
he doesn't. My bad. Sure, he doesn't specialize in it, but he has a fighting background.
Oh yeah. He has a fighting background for sure.
So, Jake Paul doesn't have. That's his name, right? Jake Paul doesn't have a fighting background.
Well, now he does. Yeah. Okay. So he came out of nowhere. He had now
He
he
has a
has.
Disney Channel background.
Yeah.
He has a YouTube vlogger background,
Yeah.
or whatever else he fucking does. He does everything.
No, he definitely knows how to fight. It's just he has to fight someone like in boxing is what
Yeah.
I'm saying.
Have you ever paid for those fights?
No, why would I?
No, I'm more of a freeloader type of guy. Like
Yeah, yeah. We freeload over around here.
I'm like, I think I'm becoming better at it as I grow
That's
older,
yeah.
and I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
I freeload on everything I can. Food,
Yeah,
um,
but I don't do it like in as a. I don't know how this sounds, but I
accounts.
don't do it as a bad person. Like I don't do it
Yeah,
just to freeload. I don't go there freeload and leave.
I don't fiend or nothing like that. I
Yeah,
don't
I'm
do it
not.
intentionally.
If it's called to me, I'm coming, and I get called a lot. If that makes any sense,
No, I
it
hear you
does,
because
right?
this is
Because
recent.
you tag along with me all
Yeah,
the time.
yeah. I'll tag along, or if someone's like, "Hey, you don't have this," I'm like, "Nah," and they'll be like, "Oh, I'll give you mine." I'm like,
And
"All
you
right."
don't say no. So I don't know if that makes me a good freeloader or just a lucky guy.
I think both.
Both, right?
Both.
I feel like I'm a pretty lucky guy.
I think so too.
Since I was a kid, like I get into deep shit sometimes, and I literally have no worry because I feel like I'm just gonna get out of it somehow, and I have no idea. That's like my life today, and since I was a kid,
I'm so sorry.
every time something bad happens to me, it's like, all right, how am I gonna get out of this? Something's gonna happen. I don't expect anybody to do anything for me, but something always arises where it fixes the problem.
Yeah, I
Which
can see that. I will not. I will never be. Oh, you were gonna
that's
say?
why I translate it into luck. I feel like I'm a really lucky person.
I don't know if I'm like lucky or anything, but I will never like sit here and like I'm not a complainer. I won't sit here and overreact. Like if something happens, I'll be like, well, how about we just find a solution and do the
Yeah, yeah.
solution?
Because
I'll never
people
be
like to
like,
do that. They like to
yeah, people like
argue,
to argue. If you get
cry
in a car
about
accident,
shit.
they'll be like, why'd you do it? Like, they get in a fight. Like, I'll overreact in the car, but the moment I get out, I'm like, all right, so let me see, let me get your papers and whatever.
What are you talking about?
Or like, say if you get in a car accident, you gotta swap
Oh,
information.
car accidents are the worst. I don't think I've ever. I don't think I'll ever be able to deal with that correctly.
I think I deal with it. My first one, I deal with it correctly, but I had my brother with me. That
Oh yeah, that was your
remember?
first one. I
Yeah,
don't remember
yeah.
what happened there.
So like,
It's not super interesting, but
no,
it's
it's
like
not super interesting. So the dude, like a silly goose. This man, this old man backed up into me at a light for no reason. Like he had no reason to back up. He wanted to jump in another lane, but there was no space for anything. So for some reason, he just backed up into me, and then he tried to pull out like away after the green light. And I pulled up behind him, and I was like,
that's like your average. That's
yeah,
like
it's
your
your
average
average thing.
crash.
But the way he came out was he was like, I don't understand. You hit me, and I was like, all right. This man has
clearly,
gloves.
clearly hit
He
you.
has gloves on. It's during COVID. He has a mask. He comes out. He's talking like Bane, and he's like, "Well, I don't understand." And he's like, "Your car is too low. Your street car." And I was like,
Your Accord?
"And my no, it was the
Oh, it
CC."
was the Volkswagen at the time.
Yeah. So he's like, "Your car is too low," and I was like, "Come on, bro.
Your
Let's
car
not
is
do this."
normal height.
And he's like, "Well, I didn't do no damage," and I did have a couple scratches, but they were just scratches.
Mm.
And he was like, "Well." He's like $50 should do the trick, and I was like, "Bro,
They always try to hassle you
I was like,
like a
bro, who do
little,
you? Yeah, I was like, who
or
do you
they
think I am?
everybody owns a body shop.
Yeah,
Everybody has a
and
body shop
their
for some
uncle
reason.
owns a body shop.
Why I don't own a body shop? Everybody got body shop but me.
And then, but then I had my brother with me, and my brother comes out, and he's like, my brother comes out, and he's like, yo, and he's like,
Trying to turn it into a gang
he's
fight.
like, yo, and they're getting into it, and my brother's getting into it, and I'm in the middle. I'm just like, yo, relax. I was like, don't speak to him, speak to me. I'm the driver. And but then Buddy, for some reason, thought he was also hard, and he ends up grabbing my wrist, and then at that point, you're getting both of us hot. Like you're not gonna
Yeah,
grab my wrist. So
and he's like
then,
an older dude,
yeah,
so
he's like
it's
an
like,
older dude. I'm like, yo, you're not gonna be doing this, dog.
I-
You're not gonna little boy me.
yeah, yeah.
So I had to give him like 3 pumps in the head, and I was
It's
like,
not even that. It's like, so that's not my fear of the fear of that happening. I feel like when it's happening, I'll be alright. But just like The first step is what I'm confused about.
Oh, like what to do?
Like you just fucking hit somebody's car, bro.
Yeah.
It's like you get out and talk calmly, or
I
because
mean, that's the only thing you can do. But then you gotta always remember you're gonna have those
especially if they
niggas that are
just
like,
ran the shit, like they're like half dead in the car. Like
oh,
how you
they're
gonna help
always
them?
gonna ask for like a stretcher or something just to get some money out of it.
Yeah,
Your
it's like
insurance is gonna get fucked.
that's like my worst fear. I go up to somebody and they're like their neck is broken or something.
I remember I got in a car accident one time with my homeboy, my brother, and his little brother, and the people had slammed on the brakes and we hit them from behind.
Yeah,
So they never end up coming out the car, and we're all like, "Is everyone okay? Yeah, we're all fine." And our car was the only one that fucked.
yeah.
The front of it was fucked. Their car was completely fine, and so they never ended up getting out the car. But then the police come and they're like, "Hey, they just asked for an ambulance. You know, the ambulance is coming." And we're like, "Oh, is anybody hurt?" And they're like, "Oh, we don't really know, but they're gonna figure it out." And they're like, "Okay." And the only time we seen the people come out is when they all left on a stretcher, and they're
Holy shit!
and we're like, "Bro, we did not hit
You
you
just
that
killed them.
hard." They-
They carried out. They got carried out like they're like World War II.
There's 4 people in the car, and they're coming out with stretchers, and they're coming out with a neck brace, and
Oh
we're like,
fuck!
"All right, bro." Like,
Damn.
so he ended up getting fucked with his insurance, and
That's
then
like that. I think that's what I think about the most too. The insurance too. I don't know. Just crashes in general suck, but obviously they're not fucking fun to deal with. I'm just saying, like,
no, yeah,
nobody really taught me the first step. I kind of just like learn as you go. I feel like that's everybody's dilemma.
yeah. I think you ever got pulled over for anything?
Yeah, the most recent time I got pulled over, I don't. I have this like this this mindset where I'm not doing nothing wrong, so they'll never pull me over, and I always go out of my way to look like I'm doing nothing wrong. So I have this thing where where I see a cop and it's reaction. I don't even think about it. I could be doing nothing wrong. I'll lower all my windows. I'll take off my hat. And I'll put my arm out the window and start tapping. No music will be playing. I'll start tapping the door like I'm listening. I start tapping the door like I'm listening to tunes, like I'm vibing out.
You want to listen
And
to
they
too?
never pull me over, even if but I could have ran a red light. If I do that, I feel like they just like, oh, this guy's pretty chill.
I didn't know this guy was chill. Like
I didn't know he was chill. It's just like the TikToks. I didn't know he was chill like that. But I don't know why. I have this mindset where they won't pull me over if I do that, and I do it every time.
I think your dad taught me that too. Like one time I was driving.
He told you to take off your hat thing.
Yeah, yeah,
Because you look suspicious if you have a hat, no matter who you are. Which I understand, I get that. So I take off my hat every time. But the arms thing I just started, and it's been working. Like biker cops, bro. When I was younger, they pulled me over all the time. All the time they pulled me over. They didn't give me tickets, but they pulled me over all the time because of the cars I would drive. The cars I would drive would always have really dark tint. That's another reason I'm really antsy. But um, I did it to a biker cop recently, and he was following me, so I was like, "Oh, this motherfucker's gonna pull me over." But I put my arm out the window, and then he drove past me.
yeah. Damn, I know you was chill.
I didn't know you would chill like that, and I don't know, it works. That's my little trick I have with cops.
I got pulled over once, but that's because I was speeding like a dummy. I was doing like 90 and a 30.
Yeah, it's like,
And but the way he acted was a little dumb. I was like, he was like,
but he pulled you over for speeding.
he didn't. I pulled over myself because I already know he was gonna pull me over. Like I
You
passed
pulled over
him.
before the lights went on.
Yeah, because I already seen him like speeding towards me, and I was like, this guy's just gonna pull me over.
You gotta wait for the lights, bro.
Nah, whatever. There's no one else on the road.
He would have changed his mind if you put your arm out the window. No, I'm just.
I was like, whatever, bro. I was like, I already know what's about to happen. So I pull over and he turns on his lights and he's like, license and registration. I was like, here you go, bro. I was like, how you doing today? And he was like,
I don't want to talk to this dark skin.
yeah, he was dark. Yeah, he was dark. And he was like,
He was a dark skin cop.
yeah, he was like all deezed up. Well, he wasn't deezed up, but he was a pretty good looking guy. And
Hey, it's okay, man.
and
You
he
gotta,
comes
you gotta
out, and my
tell.
homeboy's sweating in the passenger seat, and he's like, and the
Who
dude,
you with?
Jordan.
Jordan.
So
Jordan.
homeboy sweating. He's like, bro, we got pulled over. You're gonna get a ticket. He's like, and the dude, for some reason, the dude has his hand on his gun.
Yeah.
But I guess they all do that.
No, they don't all do that.
Okay, well, this
You're not supposed to touch your gun unless you feel
did.
threatened.
He did, and I'm just a little brown boy in the car, and I was like, well, it's one of those. And he was like, why was you speeding so fast? And I was like, honestly, officer, I got him with me. My house is like around the area, and I really got to take a dump. So I was speeding
Bro,
the
I was
Wawas.
literally gonna make a joke about taking a dump, but you already said it. You really said that?
Oh yeah, I swear to God, I was speeding the Wawas because I have to use the bathroom. And he's like, "Where do you live?" I was like, "Around like a couple blocks down."
What are they?
But I have him.
What are they supposed to do at that
I
point?
don't know. And
Yo,
then
I'm sorry, I got water coming out of my ass. Like I really gotta go.
he was like, "Are you joking right now?" I was like, "No, sir, I got diarrhea." And he's like, "So you shouldn't be doing 90 and a 30 though." And I was like, "I gotta go." And he's like, "Don't let this happen again." And he gave me it back, and then he let me
He
go.
let you slide?
Yeah,
I,
my little
I thought for
diarrhea
sure
trick.
you was gonna get a ticket.
What's he gonna do? Give me a ticket because I'm about to poop my pants?
Yeah, I guess so.
So if you're out there, use that.
So I got pulled over on a jet ski recently. I don't know if I told you about that.
No, you didn't.
I didn't tell
You
you that.
doing too fast?
No, I wasn't. I wasn't even driving. It was like a really gay moment because I was with Tanner.
You holding on to him?
Yeah, and I wasn't holding on. I was like, we were going slow. Like we were just cruising.
Mm.
And this nigga Tanner, he didn't have no the vest on. Well, he had the vest on,
Oh
but he had
yeah,
like a
you have.
baby
Yeah,
vest.
you have to
I was
have the
like,
right
Tanner,
one.
you gotta wear a bigger vest. He's like, nah, it's gonna work. But he never zipped it up.
Yeah, yeah.
So
They're
they pulled
serious.
him over for that. But it wasn't that not crazy.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Like
things.
they let us slide. They gave him a $90 ticket.
That's not letting it slide.
They give him a $90 ticket.
Oh, that's
I
letting you
wasn't
slide.
driving. I was in the back. I was like, I'll give you my license. No.
You not fit.
When I was reaching for it, I was like, I'm not driving. I didn't have it anyways, it doesn't matter.
I already know you. Hold on, boss. I'll give you my license.
I literally said that. This
Hold
is
on,
exactly what I
boss.
said. I was so nervous. I don't get pulled over like that. So I was gonna give him my license, but he wasn't even talking to me. He ignored me when I told him that. So I was like, all right, fuck you, whatever.
Yeah, yeah. No, they're pretty strict for like anything water related. Like you have, if you're driving next to someone or another boat, you gotta cruise. You can't speed.
Yeah.
There's like a lot of things you can't go certain speed limit, shit like that.
Yeah, I didn't know that until like recently.
Yeah,
I want to start riding the jet ski more. Like now that my dad got one, I'm gonna go ham on that shit.
I want to get one.
You ever
Too.
been in the ocean with the jet ski?
Only when I was over there, but no, not the ocean.
Like the ocean,
No,
ocean.
no. I want
We
to.
went to the ocean.
Really?
Yeah, it's the scariest thing, the most unsafe thing I've ever done.
That's so hard.
We were flying like,
'Cause the waves?
bro. We were doing like crazy jumps. Like we were like, I don't know how high, but it felt like we were flying. That's how high we were.
Yeah, I've jumped when I had Olivia and Zach with me, and I did like an amazing jump. I don't know how high
There
we
was
were.
3 people on the jet ski at once.
Yeah, and I was doing the little donuts.
I was barely holding on with 2. I can't imagine 3 people on there.
Yeah, oh well, yeah. If you're in the back, you're fucked. If you're in the middle, you're okay, but you're not fucked compared to
Yeah.
the other person in the back. And then if you're driving, you're straight. But like when I did the jump, I seen both of their legs come out in front of me, and we're like super high, and we both come down, and they're like hitting me in the back, and then they're tapping me, and they're like, "Yo, stop, stop!" And they're like, "Do you realize how high we were?" And I was like, "I know." Yeah.
You went again? Nah,
Super
jet skis
hard.
are super fun. That was
I
my
want to get
first.
a boat though.
I,
Boat.
I don't know if I want a boat or not. It
I think
seems
it's
like a
pretty chill.
hassle just to go like on and off the dock and to plan the day and then.
No, yeah, it's not like an everyday thing. That's like an event thing, like oh, it's New Year's. I don't know, fuck it.
Yeah,
Or go fishing. I want to go fishing.
I never went ocean fishing. You went
I
ocean
mean,
fishing
I
before?
only went on the pier, which is nice.
Yeah, I did the pier before.
Yeah.
Every time I go to the pier, it's like
What's going on with the camera?
Yeah, let's go check that out.
Bet.
Small intermission. Okay. It's just ran out of space.
You gotta clear the camera out. I have a.